everybody, it's MiaMor, and this is 10 travel tips for solo female travelers. Last month I went on a solo trip by myself, of course, solo trip, and I went to Thailand and Shanghai. There were some things that happened on both of those trips that I was thankful for, that I'm kind of quick on my feet and I've traveled before and it doesn't frighten me or anything, so it moved me to write a post, and then from the post I decided to make a video. So some of these tips, hopefully they will be helpful for you. I know a lot of women are wanting to travel and don't necessarily have someone to travel with, and I don't think that that should stop you in any way. Hopefully you can take something from these tips. It will help you on your journey. If you are planning on going somewhere, have a fabulous time and be safe. So here we go. Before you book your hotel, bed and breakfast, hostel, Airbnb, do your research. Make sure that it's in a place that is safe. Make sure it's not located deep within the location that you're staying. See if it's around other hotels. Look it up on maps, Google Maps. I like to use agoda.com because it breaks the reviews down for the places by couples, by solo travelers, by leisure, I think, and business. So you're able to see reviews from people who have stayed there before and on what status they were staying. Was it for romance? Was it just for travel and to see? So I really like it. Again, that's agoda.com. If you do Airbnb, try to check out the pictures. Always read the reviews. All reviews are not good just because they've made it on Airbnb. But I do like Airbnb. I know a lot of people who have used it. I plan on using it next month. So those are two websites that I would recommend. But like I said, just make sure you do your research and make sure it's in a safe part of the town. Okay, I learned this one this month. My phone is hooked up to service in Korea. Once I'm on a plane, it's a wrap. I cannot use someone else's service unless I switch out a SIM card. And if you're someplace for like 4 or 5 days, you don't have time usually to switch out a SIM card and go through all that, especially if the languages are different. So what I did was I left my phone on airplane mode. Even after I landed, the whole entire trip, I left my phone on airplane mode and I used the Wi-Fi of the airports, of the hotels, and of the businesses. A lot of businesses in touristy places will have free Wi-Fi. Your hotel or bed and breakfast should definitely, hopefully, have Wi-Fi. If they don't, try to see if the places that you go have it so that you can connect with someone, at least someone, to let them know that you've made it safely, and to kind of, I mean, if you want to post pictures or whatever while you're there or upload videos, you know, but keep it on airplane mode and then use the Wi-Fi. This is a tip also happened to me. When you go somewhere brand spanking new and you're by yourself, even if you're not by yourself, take a picture of the address and the phone number of the place where you are staying. Yes, you can get a card. Yes, you can have it to memory. But in the case that you are in a state where you cannot remember anything, a picture will be very helpful, okay? A phone number, something that you or someone else can see visually and make it plain, okay? Taxi drivers will be able to see it. And if you're in a place that has a different language, make sure that you get it in English and the native language so that, like I said, taxi drivers can understand it if they cannot read English. Money. Divide your cash into at least 3 different places. You can keep money in your account. I would always have cash on me. And when you take cash, only take enough that will cover emergency transportation and emergency lodging for at least 1 night and maybe food. I took my money, 2 wads of money. I separated it in 3 wads. So 2 wads of money was on my body, and 1 wad I put in my suitcase. I know, don't do this, because my suitcase got lost. I was functioning on two-thirds of my total money when I got to Thailand. Thankfully, I got my luggage within 48 hours or 24 hours and nothing was tampered with. My money was there. So that was lucky. But like I said, from experience, keep your money separated. Don't keep it in your luggage. Maybe keep 1/3 of it on your carry-on, 1/3 of it on your body, and then another 1/3 of it somewhere else. In your shoe or sock, that's still on your body. But you get my point. So just kind of divide it up, and don't keep any of it in your suitcase. Unless you're balling, and in the case that somebody finds it, you will be happy that you helped somebody. Okay, so just divide your money up. Once you are at your location, you've flown in, you're at your hotel, take about a day or half a day, depending on how large it is, and kind of walk around and get a feel for the location around your place of residence. So if you're staying at a hotel, you kind of want to walk up and down the main streets and the side streets, just so that you can get a visual feel for what's next to you, what kind of landmarks there are, because you never know. I'm not saying something's going to happen, but for me, it makes me feel a lot more comfortable when I'm like, okay, there's a 7-Eleven over there, and then this is the fish restaurant. You know what I mean? It just kind of gives you that comfort in knowing that you know where you are, even if you really kind of don't. Also with that, my friends went to Bangkok, and they met a taxi driver who I guess made himself well known because he was their designated taxi driver for the remainder of the trip, and they created a bond with him and what have you. So some places will have taxi drivers that will say, oh, I'll take care of you for your whole trip. Here's my number, call me up, I'll look out for you, I'll give you recommendations. Now with this, it was 4 of them, so that the safety on that, okay, cool. You're a solo traveler, I wouldn't not recommend this, but I would say if you're going to do this, kind of make sure that the person is sketchy. I mean, the person is not sketchy, sorry. You can kind of feel out, you know, the energy. I mean, I can. So you can kind of feel out the energy of people if they're there just to rip you off, or might take you, you know, deep into the hood, and you're like, okay, no, this is not what I signed up for. By then it's too late, and you don't know the location. So that is kind of putting yourself in danger. But if you do decide to do this, make sure you have a picture of their license plate. Make sure you have some form of way to identify this taxi driver, this person, what the taxi looks like, the license plate. Like I said, you want to be able to, in the freak case that something happens, just to be able to identify for your safety. And following up on that, I consider myself, or my cousin considers myself, to be the adventurous type. However, I have a limit, okay? And some people are even more adventurous than I am. If you are one of those people and you, let's say, go to an island and you don't want to just stay in the touristy parts, you want to venture off deep into the residential parts where you have no clue of what's going on, the social scene, the climate, the language, I would stay away from that, especially as a solo traveler. To me, unless you know someone who lives there, if you're going to meet someone specifically, if you have a location that you're going specifically, that's different. But if you're just wandering about, that's not really the juice. I wouldn't recommend it. Yeah, that's not really safe, especially as a solo female traveler. So I would kind of steer away from that. I know you don't always want to be around the other tourists, but I mean, use your common sense when it comes to that. I wouldn't just go, I wouldn't go too far deep though. Food. Everybody wants to go travel and eat the food. I want to taste this, I want to taste that. Okay, that's fine, but what I need you to take is allergy medicine and oregano oil. That. If you have those 2 things, you're straight. Go ahead and eat it, okay? You can eat the street food, you can eat the cart food, you can eat that on a stick, but I need you to have some food poisoning medicine, okay? Some allergy medicine and oregano oil. Oregano oil, because oregano oil will combat any virus. I'm pretty sure will combat any virus that is in you. Do your research, make sure it is the correct oregano oil. There's 2 different types that you can get, but And before you even go on the trip, before you even get on the plane, I would swab the back of my throat with oregano oil. That's just me. Some people just like to get up and go, have no itinerary, no plans. They just know the city, they get a plane ticket and they're there. Some people, it works for them. Some people, it does not. I would recommend, as a solo traveler, at least have one place that you know that you're going to go and work around that. I'm saying have some sort of itinerary. If you know, like for instance, Thailand. I had never been there, didn't know what to expect, had no clue. But I knew I wanted to take a cooking class. So I scheduled my cooking class for Thursday. So then I would work around Thursday. Now, me being me, I didn't do anything but stay on the beach Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then left Friday. So that's just me. But if you're in a city or something and you want to go about and travel, have some kind of idea of what you want to do, because it helps with planning your time, planning your money, planning your energy, planning your naps. I mean, you know, it kind of helps. If none of this matters to you, if planning doesn't matter, if time doesn't matter, if money doesn't matter, then that's one thing. But for people like myself, have some kind of idea and do a lot of Google research. Blogs are good, websites are good, travel advisor is good. There's lots of different online locations that can help you out in that. Like I said, a lot of these are from experience. Exchange your money where you can visibly see a computing system. Don't go somewhere that is a desk and a person and a written sign with some tape on the desk. Usually, the people who are trying to get you to get over to their exchange place, don't go there. Trust me, I'm speaking from experience. Don't go there, okay? Go to somewhere where they've put some money into the presentation of their currency exchange. And then also too, there may be a few. Shop around. If you're cool on time, please go to at least 3 different places. Slide them a 20 or a 50 and have them show you the printout of what they're going to give you. Don't let, like, some people will just take it and start counting the money. No. If they do that, let them count the money and then count how much they gave you and no, sorry, thank you, and leave. Go to at least 3 places, because you don't want to get gypped. A lot of people are gypping people because they know they haven't really done their research. Even though you may go to xe.com to see the current exchange rates, once you fly and get somewhere, the exchange rate could have changed. So that can only go so far. So just go somewhere that looks credible and reputable. And the last one is take note of the nearest police station. I'm not saying anything is going to happen. I'm not saying you're going to have to even use it, but you want to know where it is. Hopefully you know where it is in your city now. Hopefully you know where to go if something happens to you now. So on a trip when you're even more vulnerable, take the time and even ask somebody. You might not have to visibly see it, but just ask somebody to give you an idea of how far it is, where it is. And if there's a special number to language exchange for the police department, just kind of find out those things when you first get there. And I would say do that. Once you arrive, check in, get that information, get Wi-Fi information, and then take your stuff to your room and then head back out and walk around your vicinity of your location. So all that stuff I would recommend be done within the first 2 to 3 hours of arriving to your destination. These were my 10 tips for female solo travelers. If you have any more tips, please leave them below. Like I said, this was just a brainstorm. All of these are from experience, not from the same trip, but a compilation of lots of my travels. And I really hope that this helps someone. I hope so many of you are planning on traveling soon. I am planning on it. I'm not going to say anything yet of where it is, because honestly I don't know. I just know that I have a chunk of time and I want to go somewhere. So I will keep you posted. But again, hopefully this helps. Thank you for watching. Share this video with anyone you know who is a traveler or planning to travel or even interested in it. Doesn't matter the age. And I will see you on the next episode. Thanks for watching. Bye.